You ever see or read something where at first, like as you're going through, you're like, yeah, things are looking up. Things are going to be great. This is going to be awesome, right? And then at the very end, you see the one thing you do think is, well, rather cool, is also the last thing you really wanted to see. That's what I just read in this week's chapter of One Piece. And I'm not just talking about the fact there's a break next week either. Man, September 14th cannot come fast enough. But yeah, the very last page of this chapter. Man, I'm not looking. Okay, well, I never really get into spoilers in the manga chapter, so I'm gonna try and sort of, volley my way around the spoilers. Basically, we went from having essentially 8 days until this big grand thing happens to, like, in the span of a chapter, we're now at, like, 5. Which, that's actually, like, super duper fast in One Piece time. Although I'm getting the feeling that when we get to that part in the anime, there's gonna be a lot of filler stretching that out. Oh, One Piece fans are gonna be really upset about that. Especially if, like, lately the anime has been really, really, really good. Well, maybe the filler can sort of do it some filler can be pretty good, as long as it's used for, like, explanatory purposes. So, that's really, that's really something. Plus, we also figured out whatever happened to that one alliance that was going on. Only to find out at the very end there's a brand new alliance. A supposed axis of evil, if you will. Man, the end of the Wano arc is gonna be huge. Like, I get the feeling like the last third of this year will be largely dedicated to getting ready for the big battle before, the final battle before Wano, or getting ready before Wano has the big final battle. And then all of 2020, like, we're just going in, guns blazing, full battle gung-ho, like, rivaling that of the Paramount War, quite possibly being the anime version of Avengers Endgame. Yeah, it's gonna be pretty sweet when we get to it. Happy Friday, everybody. Yep, we're at Friday now. It is the end of the week. It's actually supposed to be pretty nice today. Ah. Excuse me. Yeah, it's actually supposed to be, like, really nice today, which is great. Like, because, at least for my area, Labor Day weekend is upon us. So, we gotta worry about, school beginning soon. And so, we gotta, take one last weekend to enjoy. I mean, well, technically there are still some weekends at least in the beginning of the school year, where you can still enjoy some summer activities, It's not to say that, just because school's over, you can't do stuff like, go to the pool or something. I mean, again, growing up, after Labor Day, that's when my family stopped going to the lake because, my brother and I, we had school. Not to mention, as we got older, we also had, athletic commitments. My brother would play soccer in the fall and, I'd be doing football. So, really isn't much point of going back up to the lake if, we gotta, we have that and schoolwork. I mean, we're still trying to be good students. We're just trying to get our, work done. That's really, you gotta do that. Although, if you were like me, you wanted to get all the work done, or at least as much of it as you could, so you didn't have to worry about it later. That's why it always stunk to have, like, homework on the weekends. Seriously, I'll never forget, like, if any of you guys were in my science class in 7th grade, we're talking about mollusks and snails or whatever, and my teacher gave us, like, this one worksheet that we had to do, like, for homework. And this was, like, on a Friday. And so, we have, like, he gives us a sheet, like, not even 5 minutes before class is over. And I'm, like, trying to rush to get done, because there was actually a lot of stuff on that sheet I knew. And, like, I, like, bang out of it as much as I could, like, answering because it was, like, one of those fill-in-the-blank worksheets that you had. Pretty simple 7th grade stuff at the time. And, you get home, it's, like, Saturday morning, and for whatever reason, my father decided to check my work, which is weird, because he pretty much only checked my math homework, but, he was, well, I guess that's a good father for you, I suppose. And he's a pretty cool guy. Anyway, so he looks at the sheet and he's like, what are all these answers? Because apparently, like, I'd gotten stuff wrong, so that Saturday morning I had to, redo, like, some of the stuff. I'm like, really? I really should have asked him what he was even doing looking at my stuff anyway. Or maybe I told him, like, what homework I had and what I finished, and then I think he decided... No, I remember what happened was, because, he would ask if I did have any homework, and I would tell him that I did have it, but, like, I finished it, because the only thing I really needed to work on that would take the longest was math. Not that math was hard for me or anything, it's just, a lot of questions, you gotta write out the answers and show your work. Actually, hold on. Write out the answers and show your work. I'm left-handed, you see, that's why I just used my left hand right there. So, yeah. Although, that's not to say that, having homework on the weekend, was all bad. I mean, again, it was really easy. It was like, you can end it pretty much in an instant. But, again, that's only if it was stuff that you knew what to do, and you knew how to do it. Which, again, I really was a much better student than I think I let on. Or maybe a worse student than I let on, depending on how you look at it. Because I really was there to, be with people. I really was there to learn. I did learn, a lot. And again, being around, my peers, that's always exciting. I like that. But when it came to having, like, oh, I gotta do it at home now. Lame. So, yeah. I'm sure a lot of students are going to be feeling that way in the coming days. And actually, now that I think about it, there's probably a bunch of people in college right now who are already doing that. Well, actually, Actually, I'm pretty sure the good students at Gettysburg College have already started school. So, go Bullets. That's going to be awesome. And Trinity Pawling, I do believe, starts in 2 weeks. I'm not entirely sure, because it was a Tuesday when I went up there, and it was not even a week late. It was Tuesday, September 2nd when I went up there, and so, like, not even a week later, that's when we started. So, yeah. Man, I can't believe we're already 2/3 of the way through the year almost. Well, almost 2/3 of the year. I mean, after tomorrow, we'll have been through 2/3 of the year. Because, it's, 8 full months. Man, I gotta say, while I literally just did a State of My Being address a week ago. So I can't really elaborate anything yet. I mean, again, it's only just been about a week. But in terms of, like, this year as a whole, I'd say technically it's better. But again, I can't really make that final call until, December 31st for, obvious reasons, because, it's the end of the year. I guess in terms of what else to look forward to in the coming weeks, I mean, we are eventually going to have a new season of Hot Ones, which reminds me, yesterday's episode of Truth or Dab, that was really exciting. That was fun. Got myself a few laughs out of that. That was pretty sweet. Oh, oh, oh. Let's see what else. Well, it does remind me, I do need to get my grandmother a birthday card. I'll probably do that, maybe tomorrow or something. I don't really know yet. I mean, because I'm going to be seeing her like twice this weekend, so I'll have to play that one by ear. Let me bring up a little bit. There we go. So I actually have some big news coming up on the horizon, but I think I'll wait until a little bit later to, give it away. But trust me, it's gonna be pretty sweet when you do finally get a look at, what it is. In the meantime, though, I think this weekend, go up to the lake for Labor Day weekend, just like I always do. And actually, I would say like I would always do, but literally once I entered college, like, Labor Day weekend was literally just another weekend. Seriously, I had school on Labor Day in college. I mean, when I was a freshman, I'm like, wait, we have school on Labor Day? Oh. Well, at least we can get the year done sooner or something, I guess. But, as time went on, actually, ever since I graduated from Gettysburg College, I guess I sort of taken for granted just how, like, now I'm able to stay going up, not just, like, college, but school in general. Because, again, when Labor Day weekend hit, like, that was it. We're no longer going up to Keuka Lake for the year. Like, that's it. Because, sports and schoolwork and stuff. But now as an adult, my family can stay up, at least go up to the lake every, like, weekend in September. And maybe even a little bit in October. In fact, we could probably do a little bit in November if it's actually nice enough. That'd be pretty cool. We've never really done November. Usually, ever since I really got into the whole marathon thing, that first weekend in October, like, that's when we no longer went up. Which I don't think anyone noticed until I did. So, yeah. Honestly, as nice as Keuka Lake is, especially in the fall, because, those autumn colors, the oranges and the reds and the yellows and the browns, all those, and, as much as pumpkin spices in the air and stuff like that, it really does get too cold to be up there. Now, my cottage thankfully has a pilot, which I know how to light, but sometimes just being up there is more trouble than it's worth, especially if I have to go back outside, or, it's really cold and can be miserable, or if it's raining. Just not fun. Not fun. Although, if you're playing football in that kind of weather, it's awesome. I ought to know, because, I did play football. So, yeah. That was some good times. Not going to say that, again, I can't really make any second guesses of what my life would have been like had, like, we were still in school, but we still went up to the lake for the weekend anyway. But, actually, you know what? Knowing that I would have homework that I would have to do up at Keuka Lake, it would have been miserable. Because I think it was in 8th grade, it was the first time I actually had to do, like, school-related work up at Keuka Lake, and I remember just being so incredibly miserable about it. I think it really is the setting. Don't know why. But, in terms of things that you can really get excited for, college football is back! Yes! Can't wait for me to watch some college football. Talking about, all the Pac-10, the Big 12, and all those other... I probably just got, like, a few of those wrong, but I don't care. The SEC. It's probably the only one I've gotten right so far. It's weird though, like the way you name these conferences is like there's like the Big 12, but there's only like 10 teams, or the Pac-10, but there's like 12 teams. It's really confusing how that works. I don't know. And the college rankings don't even get me started because no one's ever figured those out. All we know is that as long as Alabama and Clemson have Tua Tagovailoa and Trevor Lawrence respectively, the vast majority of what you see in college is going to be one-sided. But, maybe something will be different down the line. Like, favorite, share, hit that subscribe button. Follow me on the social media platforms. Turn on those notifications on YouTube. I am very humble I made this video for all of you guys to watch and enjoy for today. I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful Friday, which kicks off a wonderful weekend. I know I'm going to be getting myself some readers today. That's going to be awesome. And remember, if any of you guys want to talk with channel, is going to be here to let you know. Always have your back. Take care. And make good choices.